What up everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're checking out more South Park and this is free Willzyx? I think that's how you say it.
Yeah, I don't know. Willzyx. Unless the X is silent, then it's Willzy. I have no idea.
So this is now our second attempt at trying to discover some lore of something that we saw in an earlier episode of South Park that we watched, but something that came after this episode. And we saw a whale on the moon at some point. I forgot exactly which episode that was, but later on we went and watched Whale Wars in terms of like trying to figure out why that was the case. That wasn't the episode that the lore was dumped on us. So I'm pretty sure it's this one.
Wasn't Free Willy? That's like a movie, right?
Yeah. So it was a movie and I remember watching it when I was a kid, and the only thing I really remember about it is really that the killer whale had like a fin that didn't shoot up straight. It kind of like had a curve to it.
I've never seen it before, but I think I know the general storyline for the most part. I mean, like not of the movie, but just like I feel like trying to return was it like a killer whale?
Killer whale.
Back to the wild, I would assume, hence the free part. I mean, that's just like what I would assume from like pop culture in general, but I've never actually seen it.
But as always, if you want to stay ahead of our YouTube posting schedule or have access to our full-length reactions to South Park, where you take a copy of your episodes, sync it up with us, and watch it from beginning to end with no cuts, you can do so by checking out our Patreon, and don't forget to check out our second channel, Casey and Anthony. That's where we post all of our blog content.
And now, Jambu is gonna give you all a
Jambu!
I'm all wet, sweet!
Hello, little boy.
Oh, what the heck?
No way.
This is very exciting.
Did he talk to him in Free Willy?
It's nice to have somebody to talk to. Can't we talk more, please?
You're starting to creep me out.
What do you want to talk about?
Let's talk about rocket ships.
Does he want to go to the moon?
I love rockets, but I can't see them because I'm stuck in this tank.
They're fucking with him!
Oh.
I wish that I could
Go up in space in a rocket ship.
Oh
my God.
So, okay,
Oh.
the picture is becoming clear. They fucked with him, and he's gonna run with this.
How is this even going to be physically possible?
How is a lot of stuff that happens on South Park possible?
How are you feeling?
They're gonna think he's crazy.
Jambu, you want to talk about rocket ships?
Oh.
Dude, he's back. He's back.
Oh, here they go.
Sometimes I can't talk. It's because I'm very, very sick, you see.
Oh no.
Because I'm not used to the Earth's atmosphere. You
Oh, is he trying to
my
say he's an
name is
alien?
actually Willzyx, and I'm from the moon.
Willzyx!
That's where all orca whales are from.
Oh my god.
If I don't get back to the moon, I'm going to die.
And ironically enough, he's gonna die on the moon.
I wish I
This
could
poor
return and dance on
whale.
the moon castle with my wife and 3 children again.
Oh my god. Why don't you just tell the people here at the sea park?
I can't tell them because they're evil communists from the Horsehead Nebula.
A horse head?
Sorry, boys.
I can't talk anymore. I'm too sick.
You're coughing telepathically.
All right, guys, listen up. This may sound a little strange, but
Oh gosh. These impressionable kids.
the whale at the Denver Sea Park is going to die unless we get it to the moon. Okay, let's do it.
Oh, Butters is always down.
What are they all gonna do?
Hey, that whale talked to me, too.
Because they mess with all the kids.
Well, why didn't you tell anybody? Well, I thought I was crazy. He said my dad was going to sneak into my room naked one night and beat me up. In order to make our plan work, we're going to need the pool from Clyde's backyard, Timmy's wheelchair, the Russian government.
The Russian government in Timmy's wheelchair. So you're just gonna put him in the pool, roll him out on Timmy's wheelchair?
Oh! Timmy's wheelchair has some pull on it. Does he even have a face?
White face while they're all in black!
It's obvious we're dealing with a highly intelligent animal rights group. Those bastards have done things like this before.
Don't they just throw cans of tomato soup at like art now?
We have to tell them. We know what those boys look like.
You don't have to tell them anything technically.
And then you have to live with the guilt for the rest of your life.
All those times you messed with those kids' heads, I shouldn't have just sat there and laughed. Don't you say that! It was funny!
This is like us.
You did this, you fixed this.
Hello, this is Russian president.
Hi, my name's Kyle.
Oh my gosh, the whale.
I understand that your country flies people to space for money.
Yes, we certainly do.
So it was the Russians, probably, who got him to the moon.
We will just need, say, $20 million.
Oh my gosh.
20 million? Are you nuts?
Where are y'all gonna get that?
We have a whale here that needs to get back to his family on the moon.
Damn it, it is prank call again. Kiss my ass, George Bush.
Ah, George Bush!
It's funny because I just realized the other day how long Putin has been in power because I saw a video of him and George Bush talking together.
Tracking down the kidnappers is proving to be one whale of a problem.
Whale nappers.
That are ironically kids.
They belong in the ocean. We applaud whoever did this noble deed.
Well, they're not sending him to the ocean.
Those kids said they were from South Park. We've just got to go door to door. Do you have the composite sketch we did?
Composite sketch? It's a whale!
Do you recognize any of these boys?
Okay, it's sketches of the kids! Oh, it looks so good!
The fat one in the middle kind of looks like Dakota Fanning.
Any luck at the Chinese embassy?
They went to China?
The Chinese will take someone to space for $10 million. Well,
Hey, that's half the price.
that's more than the Germans want.
Which country is gonna help him send this whale to the moon?
He hasn't said a word since we brought him here.
He's already dead, probably.
He must be really sick.
Oh, no.
Stan and Craig might still have luck with the space program down in Mexico. Mexico has a space program?
Masa?
This rocket will fly to the moon?
Yeah, right.
To the moon.
Yeah.
How much?
$200.
$200 million?
Oh, now we're talking.
The teacher over at the school said she recognized this boy to be your son.
Is she gonna recognize her son?
Oh, yes, that's my booby.
You need to talk to your son, please. It's very urgent.
He's on his way to Mexico.
And you're okay with that?
Just let him go to Mexico?
He's helping his class move 2 donated grand pianos to needy school children in Tijuana.
That's what he told you?
Hang on, Willzyx. We'll be in Mexico soon.
Let him take him back at this point.
You have to talk. Come on, boy. You have to. I know you're sick, but you can do it.
These adults better admit what they did.
No, it's too funny. Oh shit.
The fuzz!
What's going on here?
Oh, now we're gonna get it. Please, we have to go.
You're not going anywhere. You're in a lot of trouble.
Blame it on the adults.
You got misled.
We sat down on the ground, kid. Move it.
What the heck?
Leave those kids alone, you bastards.
Oh my gosh! Everything is making the situation worse. And the one who suffers is the whale.
You're not gonna stop them.
All right. Right.
But they think it's to the ocean. Oh my gosh!
Save the whales, motherfucker.
Where are you taking the whale?
Tijuana, Mexico.
Of course, brilliant.
Oh my
Release
gosh.
it in international waters.
No, that's not what they're about to do.
It wasn't funny. Don't say that, Mike. It was funny.
As he's riddled with bullet holes.
It just wasn't that funny this time.
Don't let them get that whale in the water!
But that's not where he's going.
Yeah.
But how is he gonna get in the rocket?
How are they lifting this massive whale?
Gravity. It's a slope.
I guess this is goodbye, Willzyx.
I'm assuming this happened in Free Willy.
I'm pretty sure it like jumped over a thing and a kid was like, ah.
Goodbye, Willzyx.
Yeah! All right!
But
So-
he ends up on the moon.
Okay, Manuel, hit it.
Or is he chained?
I'm afraid you're too late. The whale's been set free.
Oh my gosh. It's gonna shoot up.
Now you see that your ways of captivity and exploiting animals will never prevail.
Yes.
For it is children with their innocence and their spirit.
Oh my gosh. I'm assuming, yeah, there's the chain.
Oh no. How is he gonna stay wet on the moon?
Oh my god!
Well, we know, like, he was just laying there, and I assumed he was dead.
Well, see you, fellas. I gotta get home before my parents wake up. Yeah, me too.
They really think they did something good.
We did a really amazing thing. Yeah, I feel pretty awesome right now.
Oh my gosh.
Staring at the moon.
Every time we look at the moon, we can know that Willzyx is up there, dancing with the other Zypods in his castle.
I don't know if it's just my hormones, but I like want to cry. I'm like sad about this whale.
It just rolls the credits.
This is like sad to me. Didn't even know what was going on. It was just like in the water at SeaWorld 1 second and on the moon the next. And in Mexico in between.
I think it's more funny that like the credits rolled with like no music or no nothing. This would have been a lot funnier, I think, if we had not seen that other
Yeah.
episode before. But it was kind of like watching a prequel.
Yeah. You know, there's some people who say, and I'm not one of these people necessarily, but some people do say that like, oh, they read the end of a book or like want to know the ending of something before and it is more enjoyable for them to like go back from the beginning to see how it got there. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't think I'm like that, but it is interesting that there are people out there like that, and we just experienced that with this.
You know, that just reminded me, that unlocked a memory of mine of a movie that I saw as a child, and I don't remember the name of it. I don't even remember what else happened in it, but there's a specific scene, and the whole thing that you mentioned about books, like, really unlocked this. And it was two guys driving in a car, and one other guy telling the other guy that every time I read a book, I read the last page, so that way if I die before I finish the book, I know how it ends. I know that sounds super morbid.
That is, like, depressing.
But, like, that's what it reminded me of, and I have no idea what movie that's from. I just remember, like, I think they were driving in a convertible, and he said that. So, if somehow, some way, you know what I'm talking about, let me know down in the comments below what movie that is, because now it's going to drive me crazy.
The concept of this episode, though, was so funny and very South Park, you know, taking the idea of, like, oh, like, freeing Willy or whatever, which I'm assuming sending him back to the wild or back into the water, the ocean. But the kids thought it was something else, and, like, he could have gone back into the ocean, but they sent him to the moon and killed him. Like, they all just thought they did good this whole time.
See, this is, like, kind of what we talked about in other episodes where, like, you know, kids just end up on a little adventure because of a misunderstanding. Well, it's a lot of times the kids being kids is kind of what we talked about in the past, but, like, okay, these kids running with a concept because they were being messed with by parents, or adults, I should say, and that just kind of led them on this adventure. I will say, like, the funniest part, though, was when, like, the whole plan was orchestrated to extract him, and seeing Token in whiteface, like, as they were, like, taking him.
And the rest of them had the black on, but...
Yeah, you know, as we've gone through our South Park journey, where we've seen these episodes kind of out of order, not kind of out of order, we've been watching them out of order, but, you know, these things are very episodic, where you can kind of just go in, watch that specific journey. But there are references to other episodes. They're not as prominent, but it is kind of funny when they do touch on something from a while ago. I'm not sure exactly what that other episode, if it was like in the season or like seasons later. That'd been really funny because, like, oh, that whale from 5 years ago, like, that's like a funny thing to reference back.
Yeah.
But we do know, and I've said this in other episodes too, that the latter seasons are a lot more chronological, the way that they were referencing things from earlier in that season. But as always, and like I said before the episode, if you want to stay ahead of our YouTube posting schedule or have access to our full-length reactions to South Park, Patreon's where to do it.